Good day to everyone. So, I think last time I gave you 50 questions, like the 50 questions. So, I will start from 51 now. So, these are the questions that we have. So, number 51 says dash is use. Dash use simple lens. You know simple lensing. Dash use simple lensing to observe cock in which he saw tiny compartment, that is tiny compartment. And he saw tiny compartments and he called it. He used microscope to see a tiny part. If you hear that word, dash use microscope to saw a tiny compartment. Just know that answer is what? Robert Hooke. Please, it's Robert Hooke. Then Robert Hooke discovered cell in dash in what year? Please, in 1665. He discovered it in what? In 1665. Please don't forget. Then dash saw protestin, that is protostin, sperm and bacteria with his lens and microscopic. Dash saw protistins, sperm and bacteria with his lenses or microscope. Answer is what? Van Leeuwenhoek. Called it Van Leeuwenhoek. So if you cannot pronounce it, Van, V-A-N, then you L-E-E-U-W-E-N-H-O-C-K. Van Leeuwenhoek. Please don't forget. Then the next one, the scientists that believe that all plants and animals consist of cell are dash. The scientists that believe that all plants and animals consist of cell dash. Answer is what? It's Matthias Cledin. It's Matthias Cledin. It's a botanicus. It's a botanist. Matthias Cledin is a botanist in 1839. And also Theodore Schwamm is a zoologist in 1882. Please don't forget all this here that I'm saying. Please don't forget them. Then that stated that cell come from pre-existing cell. That cell comes from pre-existing stem. Answer is what? Is vacuole. Is vacuole. V-I-R-C-H-O-W. Please don't forget. The fluid portion of cell is made up of dash. The fluid portion of cell is made up of dash. Answer is what? Phospholipid. Phospholipid. The next question. A phospholipid molecule is composed of dash and dash. Yes, it's composed of hydrophilic head and two hydrophobic tails. Contain what? Hydrophilic head and two hydrophobic tails. Then next question. Because of their small size, most cells can only be seen by using light and dash. By using light and what? And dash, which is electron microscope. Electron microscope. Then the next question. The two types of chlorophyll are found in plant and green algae are called dash. We have A. Answer is chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. We don't answer is chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Then in the pigment, if the pigment is melanin, it is called dash. It's called melanophore. If pigment is melanin, it's called melanophore. It's called melanin. Don't forget. Then the next one, nucleic acid, macromolecules made out of units called dash. Nucleic acid, macromolecule made out of units is called dash. And if you hear that statement, answer is what? It's called nucleotide. Answer is nucleotide. Please don't forget. Then the next question you may see, you say nucleotide come in two various ways. Nucleotide comes in two various ways, or is made up of two various ways. They are called dash and dash. They are called DNA and RNA. They are called DNA and RNA. Then the next question, dash bear the hereditary, that is, dash bear hereditary information that pass on from parent to the offspring. That bears the hereditary information that pass on from parent to the offspring. If you hear that statement, answer is what? Is DNA. Please don't forget. Then the genetic material found in living things is called dash. The genetic material that found in living things is called dash. Answer is still the same, DNA. DNA. Then the genetic material found in living things, please don't forget, is what? DNA. Then the progression of RNA to DNA. The progression of RNA to what? To DNA. To protein, pass from RNA to DNA to protein is called dash. Here they pass from DNA to RNA to protein is called dash. It's called central dogma. It's called central dogma. Then next question, DNA and RNA are polymers. Yes, in case of DNA, and they made up of what? Monomer called nucleotide. Made up of monomer called nucleotide. When monomer combine, they form a chain called polynucleotide. They form a chain called polynucleotide. Don't forget, each nucleotide is made up of 3. Yes, it's made up of 3, which are called a nitrogen base, a 5-carbon sugar, and a phosphate group. A nitrogen base, a 5-carbon sugar, and a phosphate group. The next question, the organic molecule that made up of nitrogen contain ring structure. Again, that contains ring structure is called nitrogen base. It's an organic molecule that made up of nitrogen containing ring structure called nitrogen base. Note that each nucleotide is what? Each nucleotide in DNA contain one possible nitrogenous base. One possible nitrogenous base. So don't forget. So the nitrogenous base are, what are nitrogenous base? We have adenine, we have guanine, we have cytosine, we have thymine. Here they are nitrogenous base. We have adenine represented as capital N, guanine represented as capital G, cytosine represented as capital C, thymine represented as what? Capital T. Please don't forget them, don't forget them, don't forget them. No. Then the next one, adenine and guanine are called dash. They are called purine. They are called purine. Why are they calling purine? They are called purine because they are what? Their structure contain 2 full carbon nitrogen ring. That's what they call purine. And their purine is so adenine and what? And guanine. Don't forget they are purine. Then cytosine and thymine, they are called pyrimidine. Yeah, they are called pyrimidine because they have a single carbon nitrogen ring. Yes. Note, DNA nucleotide may also bear adenine, guanine, and cytosine base. I get now. So RNA nucleotide may also bear adenine, guanine, and cytosine base. But instead of thymine, they have uracil. In RNA, uracil are present, not thymine. Please don't forget, not thymine. Then if A pair with T and G pair with C, that is at GC. That's the formula at GC. That is A pair with T, G pair with C, which is adenine pair with thymine and guanine pair with what? Cytosine. Please don't forget that one. So DNA contain adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. DNA contain adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. While RNA contain adenine, uracil instead of thymine, uracil, guanine, and the what? And cytosine. Please don't forget. Please don't forget. So note, in RNA, thymine replaced with what? With what? Uracil. Please don't forget. Next question. The 5-carbon sugar in DNA is called deoxyribose sugar, while in RNA is called ribose. The 5 sugar in DNA is called deoxyribose, while in RNA is called ribose. Don't forget. Next question. The second carbon of ribose bear a hydroxy group. Yeah, the second carbon of ribose bear hydroxy group, while the equivalent carbon of deoxyribose has hydrogen instead of what? Hydroxy. The next question. The carbon atom of nucleotide sugar molecule are numbered from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yes, from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If they ask you the which one they are numbered, see, number from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 5. Next question. In nucleotide, sugar occupy a central position. Which base attached to it? It's 1 carbon and phosphate group attached to its what? 5 carbon. DNA sequence are usually right in the 5 to 3. Yeah, DNA sequence are usually right in 5 to 3 directly. Don't forget. Then the bond between sugar and phosphate group is called phosphodiester bond. The bond between the sugar and phosphate group are called phosphodiester group. Don't forget. Then next question. DNA chain are typically found in dash in double helix. DNA chain are typically found in dash in double helix. Don't forget. Then the next one. The backbone of DNA is called sugar and phosphate. The backbone of DNA is called sugar and phosphate. Don't forget. Then the next one, the portion of molecule in some time called answer is what? Sugar phosphate base. Sugar phosphate or backbone. Don't forget. The next one, the bases of a pair are bound to each other by dash. The bases of a pair are bound to each other by dash. Answer is what? Hydrogen bond. You don't forget that one. The next one, when the two strands of helix run in opposite direction. When the two strands of the helix run in opposite direction, meaning that the 5 end of one strand is paired with the other in what? In 3. Please don't forget that. Don't forget that in the 3 means paired with the 3. Then the next question, when two DNA sequence match in this way such that they can stick to each other, it is called anti-parallel faction. It's called anti-parallel faction. And form helix, they are said to be complementary. Please don't forget. Note that thiamine found 2 hydrogen bond. Yes, thiamine. Note that thiamine forms 2 hydrogen bond with adenine and guanine. Adenine and guanine forms 3 hydrogen bond with cytosine. Adenine and guanine form 3 hydrogen bond with cytosine. There are 4 types of RNA. We have messenger RNA, we have ribosome RNA, we have transfer RNA, and the regulatory RNA. Yes, we have messenger RNA, we have ribosomal RNA, we have transfer RNA, and regulatory RNA. Yes, messenger RNA nucleotide is group of 3. It's called condom. Which is CONDON. Yeah. That is the messenger RNA nucleotide is group of 3, is called condom. Then the next one, the major component of RNA is called ribosomal RNA. Yes, the major component of RNA is called ribosomal RNA. Then the next one, RNA that act as enzyme is known as dash. RNA that act as enzyme is known as ribozyme. It's called ribozyme. You don't forget, it's called ribozyme. Cell divided for many reasons. Why cells are divided? Cells are divided for many reasons. Number 1, cell divide to replace old, dead or damaged cell. To replace old or dead or damaged cell. That is why they are what? They are dividing. Cell also divide so that the living thing can what? Can grow. So that the living thing can what? The living thing can what? The living thing can grow. Then in cell division, the cell that is divided is called parent cell. The cell that is divided is called parent cell. The parent cell divided into 2. We have daughter cell. The process that repeats in what is called the cell cycle. The process by which cells regulate their division and communicate with each other using chemical signal from the special protein is called cycling. If a cell is not stopping dividing when it's supposed to stop, it is lead to what is called cancer. Yes, when it's supposed to stop, it not stop, it lead to what is called cancer. Dash and dash are 2 way cell divide. Cell can divide in meiosis and mitosis. The next question, when a single cell divide into 2 cells that are replaced of each other and have the same number of chromosomes, when the cell divide and have the same number of chromosomes, is called mitosis. But the next question, when the cell is divide and have different number of chromosomes, is called what? Meiosis. Don't forget. All this that question, the cell division that are good for basic growth. Yes, they are good for basic growth and maintain is called what? Is called mitosis. Mitosis are good for growth. Again, when a cell is divided into 4, cell have the number of chromosomes. When they divide into 4 and have the half number of the chromosome, that's a process is called meiosis. Don't forget, called meiosis. Then meiosis reduce the number of chromosomes by half. That is half. By half. Then that is important for sexual reproduction. Which one is responsible for sexual reproduction? It's called what? Meiosis. Yes, meiosis. Then the next question, the total cell from mitosis are called diploid. That is has 2 complete sex chromosomes. That is the resting stage of cell division. Answer is what? Interphase. The resting stage of division is called interphase. And so I will stop here also to make it 100 questions. It will mean about 100. I will give it to you before you write your exam. Just make sure you note them well, you keep their question. So what I need from you is to subscribe, to like, and to comment. As you do that, God also will help you. Thank you. Bye bye.